with us, send your stuff to the islands.
You're looking for a home? You're looking for land? Look no further. Elite Realty Dominica got you covered. Whether it's to buy a home or build a home or just an investment property, contact Nicole London at 888-860-2366. That's 888-860-2366. Or you can log on to DominicaEliteRealty.com for all your inquiries and questions. Elite Realty Dominica, where exquisite living is defined by nature.
That's just how we roll.
Let me tell you who I'm rolling with. I am rolling with the Dot Experiment. I don't know if you ever heard of them before, but the Dot Experiment is here to help you with all your cell phone and computer needs. The Dot Experiment is here for all your tech, all your software problems, whether it's the storage full, your laptop won't boot, or you're just tired of your current setup, or you're just looking for tech support. The Dot Experiment is the only way to go. Call them today, 404-259-1343, or you can email them at support@thedotexperiment.com for a free consultation. Don't waste your money buying tech stuff and tech software that you don't understand and don't know how to use. Contact the Dot Experiment, the professionals in fixing all your stuff, man. So before you buy that cell phone, before you get that computer, contact the Dot Experiment. It's the only way to go. I'm telling you, that's how we rolling over here.
Tonight.
Give it to me, do it to me, give it to me. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. The way you make me.
Do you like music like this? That's right, I'm asking you. Do you like music like this? Then why have you not been to Sophisticated Saturday as yet? That's right, each and every third Saturday of the month, we call it Sophisticated Saturdays. Where we keep it at? Caribbean Live TV Studios. 6254 Memorial Drive is the only place to be each and every third Saturday of the month. So if you want to celebrate your birthday, if you just want to come hang out and have some fun with grown people having big fun, Sophisticated Saturdays is the only place to be. It's brought to you by yours truly, DJ Reds, and my boy, Mr. B. Sophisticated Saturdays, every third Saturday of the month, 6254 Memorial Drive is where the grown people go and have good, clean fun. Every third Saturday of the month, man. The way you make me feel, I'm just going to have fun. I'll see you there. Sophisticated Saturdays. I got you.
Hey, this is Jeffrey Speaks with Just a Thought. Be sure to tune into my show every Saturday from 12 to 1 on Caribbean Life TV and radio.
This is Pastor Carleen Hepburn. Please tune in to Recharge Nation every Saturday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. on Caribbean Life TV and radio.
Check, it's Rebel Mass, and be sure to tune into Unplugged with Rebel Mass and DJ Mecca Rose every Saturday, 2:15 to 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and be sure to lock in with Caribbean Life Radio and Caribbean Life TV.
Hi, this is Prima with Candid Co-Ed Conversations with me, just Prima. Tune in every Thursday night from 8:30-ish to 10-ish to see what we have going on. We talk about everything under the sun. Nothing is off limits. And call in 678-661-1819 with questions, comments, and feedback. Looking forward to it. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Unique Shamik with Sacred 7 Conversations. We meet every Wednesday at 7:45 to 8:45 p.m. Tap in with Sacred 7 Conversations. I see you.
Check. Yo. This is DJ Silent. Again, this is DJ Silent. I want you guys to know every Tuesday right here at Caribbean Live Radio, Caribbean Live TV, it's all about the Rhythm and Hit Show. Again, right here at Caribbean Live TV, Caribbean Live Radio is all about the Rhythm and Hit Show from 6 to 8 with yours truly again, DJ Silent.
It's the annual Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards presented by the Atlanta Jamaican Association in collaboration with the AJ Cultural and Educational Fund, Inc. Saturday, August 10, 2024, Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel, 2020 Convention Center Concourse, College Park, Georgia, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Celebrate Jamaica's 62nd year as an independent nation and support higher education of the next generation. Enjoy delectable food, music from the SWAT Band, and electrifying performance from Jamaica Festival legend Roy Rayon.
I have got this feeling, a very high feeling.
Music by Mikey Sparkle Production with DJ Cold Rice on the ones and twos. Keynote speaker Keisha Thorpe, Nobel Prize educator, Global Teacher 2021, and National Teachers Hall of Fame inductee. Hosted by Will Hart. Early bird 135 to July 1, 145 after. Scan the QR code for hotel and tickets. Call 404-777-9593 or visit AtlantaJamaicanAssociation.org. Sponsors Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport, GB Roofing Inc., Metals and Materials Engineers, Couples Resorts Jamaica, and PNC.
Listen, darling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's gonna hold and squeeze me tight? Now that she's gone out of my life, who's gonna make me feel the way she used to do? Yes, now that my love is overdue. Now that my love is overdue, yeah. I'm all alone in the wilderness, searching to find some peace and rest. Although she wasn't the best girl, but she brought happiness into my world. Now I'm a prisoner of loneliness. Said I'm a prisoner of loneliness. Can you hear right now? That's what I am. Oh, oh, oh. Now whose voice is gonna say goodnight? Now that she's gone out of my sight, who's gonna tell me lies and let me feel the truth? Yes, now that my love is overdue. Now that my love is overdue. Can you see that now? Now who's gonna hold and squeeze me tight? Now that she's gone out of my life, yeah. Who's gonna make me feel the way she used to do? Yeah. Now that my love is overdue.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, one and all. Welcome back to Caribbean Extravaganza. It's Tuesday evening here in Hotlanta. Hot Atlanta. Well, we're going to just go ahead and introduce our first guest because we have got lots to do tonight. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I did. And you know what? Listen, I just want to say, DJ Reds and Candy, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Hey, Pastor Rob, how you doing? What's going on? Pastor Rob's hanging out, went to Jamaica to that diaspora meeting, came back doing his thing. I mean, getting ready for the AJA ball in August, Independence Ball. Lots going on. So we're not going to waste too much time on that. We just want to go ahead and start introducing our guests. Our first guest is Mr. Iwu Ajun. And I know I ruined that name. I have a way with doing that. It's Ajun. Okay. I can spell it better than I can pronounce it. But anyway, he's with Home Care Services. He is a devout, and he puts that first. He's a devout believer. Okay, so he believes in being grounded and getting the family system and the family values and all that stuff together. That's first and foremost in his books. That's his number one. He's an accountant by profession. He's a community organizer. He's a president of Inugu Stake Organization, ESU. He's VP of the Inugu Men's Club. Look, and so on and so on and so on. Mr. Iwu, take it away, my brother.
Sharon, thank you very much for having me here. I'm so excited being in this studio. Wonderful people. The energy in the air is so magnetic. Once you step in here, you feel the love. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in the studio. You tried. You didn't kill the name. He's still alive. It's Iwu Agwene. So you got it almost right. So you did good. You did good.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So, talk to me. How did this start with home well care services? Where did that come from? I mean, because you're an accountant by profession, so I get it. Serving the people, it's a need. But to do care services with accounting, I mean, marry the two for me. Explain that one. How did that come about?
That's a long story.
Give me the short version.
As you age,
yes,
you start having priorities in life.
Yes.
When you are young, you want to be everything. As you are getting older, you start kind of streaming it down to the basic necessities of life. What drew me into healthcare was the way my late mom was taken care of at her aging time. Back in Africa, I had so many people coming to take care of her, making sure she was comfortable. She didn't lack anything. Although we, her biological children, are all grown and not living with her, the people around, the community helped us so many ways to take care of her. I felt very much happy. Now, coming to the USA, I saw that such thing is lacking a little bit. I found out that, parents, the aging ones are feeling lonely. That passion really, drew me into saying, how can I help these aging ones? What is lacking? What is that gap? That was that yawning gap between them and their children. I said, okay, the best I can do today is to go into home care. And in our office, the Home Well Care Service franchise, Home Well is everywhere in the United States, but we are Home Well Lawrenceville. We cover the northern part of Georgia here. So how do I help the aging ones? The best bet is, hey, one, I have the love. My wife also have the love to take care of them. Second one is to go ahead and get some very nice caregivers that will take care of them. And while I'm doing that, I will also go ahead and preach that what I see happening, I wouldn't want my age to grow into it. Yes. That's why I'm a very core believer about family. Family is very important. Family is everything. Because if you think you are enjoying your life now, by the time you get old, you don't have needed family to take care of. It's a problem. Even when the caregivers goes to the home, we still need to have family members to discuss with and make sure that everything is going on well. So Home Well was as a result of the need to kind of see that the aging ones are not left lonely. They are taken care of.
And I have a question for you right there, because right when you were speaking about the aging process and stuff like that, what I've realized is that illnesses just don't have an expiration. They don't have a particular target age or anything, because these days, when we were growing up, we thought certain diseases were for older people, for people who are past a certain age, which probably most of us are there. But that's a topic for a different day. But that said, honestly, you can be 40 or 30 or 20 even and still need home care, because diseases, like I said, they're not partial. They don't pick and choose their targets. It just happens. A 16-year-old, a teenager can have diabetes, for example, cancer, whatever, God forbid. And so aging is one thing, and that's a natural progression of things. But having an illness and having to be cared for is not what any family really prepares for. I mean, they don't even know that it's going to happen when it hits, and then they have to speed up and they have to deal with it. Guess what? Not everybody has the autonomy and the money and the funding and the wherewithal and the support to be able to take care of a young person and still go to work, earn a living.
You see, Sharon,
wow,
you got it right. I tell everybody around me, whatever you cannot control, you can postpone.
Say that again.
Whatever you cannot control, you cannot postpone it. Wow. That is why I'm a strong believer in family. As I am today, you got to be knitted with your children, with your husband, with your wife, with the family members. All everybody got together. And once you are together, you find out that certain things it doesn't become a problem. It becomes a big problem where there's that gap in family. You remember I said that if we send a caregiver to the home, we want them to be integrated with the family members. That's the key. So at any point in time that illness comes, family members need to be there. to help out. Ask people in the hospital. If you're a nurse in the hospital, how do you take care of a patient or that the family members always come to the hospital to visit, compared to the one that nobody cares for the person? Psychologically, you get detached from that patient. But when you know that the husband, the wife, the children are there, you see that you are always there to make sure that the best is given to that person. So how do we stop it? Take away comfort. Make sure that you are grounded with your family members. It's important. As you are growing, you find out, Sharon, that almost all this society else are coming up because of that gap in the society, in the family.
Yes.
Once they are needed, I'm sure that inside your mind, where you are growing, there are certain things you have done, but for the fact that you remember, how will my mom, how will my dad feel? You don't do that.
Yes.
I tell the younger ones, not because you can, that will make you to do it. No. So if families are knitted together, whenever that such thing comes out, there is a problem, then we can solve it. Remember, a problem shared is half solved.
Yes. Whew. That's a strong one right there, strong word. But you know what? It's a real word, because what you said is true. And what I know is that we create family and community. And I saw a phrase just this week. I was looking at it. And what it says, I mean, there's some of us that are born into family, so we're biologically blood related. But as believers, because I am a believer myself, and so what we always say is that we have one father, but many mothers. But even as an extension of that, too, the reality is, I lived in New York. All my siblings live up north. I live in Georgia now. They're still up north. All my 4 siblings, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, live in the Northeast. I'm the only one here. I can't move them here with me. Reality is, I have to create family. I have to create friendship. And as they say in the islands, I think, good friend better than pocket money. In other words, you have a good friend, and you know, there's another saying that says you get to choose your friends, not your family. So
Absolutely.
What we have to do, even with that aging process, what I would recommend strongly, and I'm sure you would agree with me, is establish solid friendships starting today. It doesn't matter how old you are, establish them, because your family, it may take them 800 miles to drive or get down to Georgia from the Northeast. Well, guess what? Your neighbor's 5 minutes away. So if you establish that, your church family, your friends.
You're 100% correct,
Yes.
Sharon. When we say family,
Yes.
don't mistake it to be a husband and wife and their biological children. No. Here in Atlanta, Georgia, I am the president of Enugu State Organization, Atlanta, ESO. I am also the vice president of Enugu Men's Club. These are associations that come together to bond themselves as family. If anything happens to you, these members are going to confess before anybody. If you go to church, you belong to a society in the church, belong to the men's group, a woman belong to the women's group. You cannot do it alone. Yeah. When we say family, we don't mean that, hey, you have to come from the same place. No. Check out all of us here, we have formed a little family now. We can't see ourselves on the road and look away. No, that's how we start. That's how we start. So the essence of what I'm saying is that individualistic nature does not help out. It's okay when you are driving your air-conditioned car, everything is going on well, but once there's a problem, you realize that it is not that easy. Somebody somewhere, in Africa, that's what you say, that you cannot bury yourself. If you bury yourself, one of your hands you used to put the last time will be out there standing out.
Right, Red?
Yes, you cannot bury yourself. Wow. If you do that, you're in the grave, the last hand you used to put the last hand will be out there. So you need somebody. I'm an advocate of that. Family.
Yes.
It's going to be a symbiotic relationship. You cannot do it alone.
That's true. So your men's group, someone hears about this men's group. Is it just exclusively for people in your immediate community? I mean, how if a person wants to join, a man wants to join it, say Reds wants to join your group, or Everton, or whoever it is over there, Lawrence, or someone around here, how would they join? I mean,
to some extent, the Enugu Men's Club are gentlemen that lived in a state called in Enugu in Nigeria. Wow. Just like if you guys travel from here to China, you call yourself Georgia Men's Club. You live in Georgia in the U.S. Now, the Enugu State Organization, we're having a convention in Dallas in August. That's the broader one that comprises of everybody.
Wow.
But you know one thing about these organizations? They still tie to their roof. Yes, in Dallas, we are going to be raising funds to build a facility in Enugu. ultra-modern facility, hospital, or whatever you name it, we still tied to the society. Then the Enugu Men's Club here is still, every year we do what we call Operation Give Hope. We kind of select people in the society that require a kind of uplifting. Widows who are struggling. There was a year we went to one woman's house, say, ma'am, the frontage of your house is falling down, your husband is late. We told her we're coming. We went to Home Depot, bought all the materials, renovated everything. The woman was in tears.
Oh.
Last year, we went to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, went to give them donations. So these are the things we do. They are not our biological people, but we need them up as family.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that I am into healthcare. I've seen so many things happen in people's home. Don't ever stay alone. Be knitted in a community. That helps a lot.
Yes, and that's what, a lot of times when you look at the word, if you break it down, it says come, unity.
There you go.
And for that, for me, I look at it and my interpretation is really come. I'm inviting you to come and unite with me.
Excellent.
That's my breakaway. That's my analogy when I want to say, when I look at the word and I break it down, that's all it says. It's inviting somebody to come in and unite with you.
Excellent.
And that's just, we unite together, and that's what community is. When we have the village or the community, as we call it, look, we're stronger together.
I agree with you.
We're stronger
100%.
together. And let me ask you about Enugu. Wow. What's your next project? What's your next big project? I know you're going to Dallas for the convention. I know it's a big deal because you're all coming from all over the world to this convention.
That is correct.
But what's your next project here in Atlanta?
Okay. In Atlanta here, the Enugu Men's Club, let me start a little bit from our community.
Yes.
We are having a picnic on the 27th of July. I think Neville there. We cook for everybody. Free food, drinks, everybody. Come as you are for the community. Anywhere you just drop in there, I think Neville, I'll drop the information here with you guys. Invite everybody there. We cook for the community.
Wow. And you said it's at Pickneyville up there in, is it Norcross?
Yeah, it's in Norcross, Pink Neville Park.
I know that place.
The Danny Cochran Pavilion. We're having that on the 27th of July. Okay. Come as you are.
Wow.
Enjoy. Invite everybody. Just come and feel the warmness of the community.
Yes.
We're going to share food for everybody, music, dance, everything is free. So that's part of what we do. Also, the Enugu Men's Club, like I told you, these things are different organizations.
Yes.
Separately. The other one is a club. The other one is for everyone that comes from Enugu State, that living here in Georgia. That is the one I'm the president. The Enugu Men's Club, I'm the vice president. The Enugu Men's Club, we do what's called Operation Give Hope, like I told you. It's going to be coming up. This year, we are going to do it in Nigeria in December.
Wow.
So 1 year, we do in America. The next year, we do it in Nigeria. Last year on, we kind of helped about 5 people. The other person, we bought him a motorized wheelchair. The other person, we gave grants. They are struggling with their rent and everything. Then children, we give them scholarships. Help them. Make sure that there is that little... I told them something in my Enugu State Organization. I told the children, look, go and get me that award in your school. Tell me the day they're going to honor you, I'll be there. Tell them the president from my Enugu State Organization is going to come. I'll be there. I will shake your hand. So
I love that.
Yeah, these are the things we do for them to know that they are not answerable to their mom and dad alone.
That is correct.
They're answerable to the society.
Of course.
So that July picnic, we are still going to give them token because they will give them money. For graduating, those who graduated from elementary to high to middle, elementary to middle to high school to college and master, all of them have their list. We give them gift. So children, everybody's looking forward to that.
So you accept donations? I mean, and is there a website that they, anybody wanting, to be connected?
Absolutely.
Can you tell the guests, what's that information, the number, the email address, the website, whatever?
I love
Give us that.
Go to the website, enugumensclub.com. That's where we are for the Enugu Men's Club. Then for the...
And that's ENU...
ENUGU. Mensclubatlanta.com. That is it. That's where we are. For the Enugu State Organization, that's a huge one.
Wow.
That is a huge one. That's a huge one. Because that one comprises of everybody from Enugu State in the whole United States. You got to be in Dallas. You got to be in Dallas and see what is going to
happen. And you said what date is that, in August?
Yeah, August. From August 1st to 4th in Dallas.
Man.
Oh, yeah. I will get you the flyer. Weekend. You'll bring it here. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
See, that's a struggle, Iwu, because, I was just about to say I'm on that bandwagon until you told me the dates, because that's Jamaica's independence. And, typically we...
Well, that's the best part of it, Sharon. If you are there, we'll give you a forum to talk about Jamaica independence. We'll give you really settle. That's how we're going to make it together.
I don't know, man. I probably can trade that off. I could probably arrange that.
Then you can be with us in spirit.
There you go.
There you go.
I like that. I absolutely like that. So before you go, though, I want you to sort of touch on, just a little bit more as far as your community organizing. In the community, because you organize outside of the Enugu community. What does that look like? And what do you? How do you? What do you have to contribute?
The way we do it. Mm-hmm. Every year, from the beginning of the year, from January to maybe around March, we open up our think tank box. Everybody keep dropping whatever you think we can do for the year. So people bring in their suggestions. At the end of it, we always have a standing committee that we go in and sieve those things, look at it, kind of weigh it on merit. Then the board of directors and the executive will sit down and map out money that we're going to use for it. So based on that fund, we'll now be able to scale down what we are doing. Like this year, I wouldn't like to let the cat out of bag because we take it by surprise. We take those guys by, everybody will ask them to bring in your application. Let us see what you want us to help you to do. Some will come, look, I'm struggling in this area. We say, bring it. I'm struggling to take care of my case, bring it. So once we bring it, we'll go back and review them on merit. Like in Atlanta here, we see with everybody. It doesn't matter where you come from. America, Africa, Caribbean, anywhere. Once you get the information, go ahead and put in your application. So those guys will look at it and we'll invite them, do it on merit. So when the time comes, I'll tell you, put it on your TV, put it on your radio. Yeah. Announce it. Let the applications come. We are open to everybody.
You're a true servant, kind of brother. Family. Yeah. You're a true servant because that's what I like, servitude. The fact that you serve your community, both locally and overseas. You just don't forget your roots. You come here. This is where you live, but that's your roots over there. So you still participate in the community, and I like that because I was reading your bio and I thought, this man is not partial to Africa only. A lot of people say, oh, but I'm from Jamaica, or I'm from Cuba, I'm from Guyana, I'm from Trinidad, and I'm just going to take care of my people. No, my people is people of the world. Exactly. I don't care what it is. I go downtown and feed the hungry. I go to the women's shelter or whatever it is. That's what we're supposed to do. Yep. And so you're living like a true servant of God, my brother. And I honor you. I really take time out to honor you for doing that. Mr. Iwu, look, I'm going to join up with the Enugus. As of today, I'm an Enugu. Thank you so much for coming, though. Is there anything else one last word that you wanted to share with the audience before you go? Yeah, one last word is our business, the Homewell Care Services. That is part of the areas I use to make sure that which is in me is transferred to people. Yes. Check us out at Homewell Care Services Lawrenceville. You will see what we do. A lot of things in like Go Home Well, make sure that we have programs that make sure that, hey, the urgent ones are those who I need are taken care of. And we get seasoned caregivers that we do background check for them, make sure they take all the necessary things to make sure that we don't send anyhow person to your home. So check us out, Homewell Care Services Lawrenceville. The phone number to reach is 770-906-3924. Call that number. Let us know that you have somebody who will come to the home. The process is we send an RN to the home, do intake assessment, drop your care plan for you, then work with your finances to make sure that, hey, we don't break your back, but we'll make sure that you get the best care you look out for. So. Wow, and there you have it. Home Well Care Services, Lawrenceville. Thank you. It doesn't get any better than that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you coming in. This is what we need. We need that kind of information so we can pass on, because too many times you hear people say, listen, I got my mother, I got my whoever this loved one is, and they need care. They need care. There you are.
That's true.
Thank you, Mr. Iwu. You just blessed my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I wish you can
coming
duplicate yourself and be in Dallas and be in Jamaica. But well, who knows? Next year.
You never know. You never
that's
know.
The next time.
You never know. Thank you again.
I
appreciate it.
It's the annual Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards, presented by the Atlanta Jamaican Association in collaboration with the AJ Cultural and Educational Fund, Inc. Saturday, August 10, 2024, Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel, 2020 Convention Center Concourse, College Park, Georgia, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Celebrate Jamaica's 62nd year as an independent nation and support higher education of the next generation. Enjoy delectable food, music from the SWAT Band, and electrifying performance from Jamaica Festival legend Roy Rayon.
I have got this feeling, a very high feeling.
Music by Mikey Sparkle Production with DJ Cold Rice on the ones and twos. Keynote speaker Keisha Thorpe, Nobel Prize educator, Global Teacher 2021, and National Teachers Hall of Fame inductee. Hosted by Will Hart. Early bird 135 to July 1, 145 after. Scan the QR code for hotel and tickets. Call 404-777-9593 or visit AtlantaJamaicanAssociation.org. Sponsors Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, GB Roofing Inc., Metals and Materials Engineers, Couples Resorts Jamaica, and PNC.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty of it all when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears, wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, not to those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building them castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I.
Check, it's Rebel Mass, and be sure to tune into Unplugged with Rebel Mass and DJ Mecca Rose every Saturday, 2:15 to 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and be sure to lock in with Caribbean Life Radio and Caribbean Life TV.
Welcome back to the second segment of the show, Caribbean Extravaganza, this Tuesday, this beautiful Tuesday evening. Well, we have here in the studio Mr. Warren Mitchell. So Mr. Mitchell is a licensed, certified social worker. He is, oh my God, did you say 33 years? I was giving you 40s. I mean, so you started what, at 4, 6? Really? 33 years, he says, guys. Wow. Let me tell you, they say we don't crack. Let me tell you, you're proof. So he's got 33 years experience working with youth and families and adults who are emotionally and spiritually distressed. He said 33 years, and I thought the gentleman was going to tell me he's about 36 going on 40. All right, I'm not going to question that. No. But yes, you're the CEO, it says, of the private and spiritually, practice called Journey of Self-Discovery, LLC. It's right here in our backyard in Stonecrest, Georgia. So you're clinical supervisor at Beautiful Dreamers Limited. Beautiful Dreamers Limited. I like the name.
Yeah, it's a mental health, community mental health agency, both here in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Beaufort area, as well in the Virgin Islands in St. Thomas and St. Croix.
Really? That's interesting. Beautiful Dreamers. I like that name.
Yeah, well, Dr. Vincentia Paul Constantine, she is the executive director and the founder of the program, and so she's the one that came up with that name that people really like.
Yes, I like that. Beautiful Dreamers. We just had a camp here, and instead of calling the students and, children and kids or whatever, they said explorers. And when I heard that, I just thought, wow. It's just words. Words are powerful.
Very.
And so it's what we put out there. People say we put it out in the atmosphere, but it's true. We speak truth to power.
Agreed.
And so when we call them little explorers, it's a sophisticated name, but what we're doing is opening up their minds, just not limiting them, just taking that cap off and say, go ahead and explore. The world is your oasis. And I like that. I really like that. So, Mr. Mitchell, tell me more about how you got started in this field and what led you there. There must have been a teacher probably, or a parent, or someone in your life that really got you interested in this area. How did that start? And when did that start? When did you know you wanted to be a social worker? That's a whole lot of work.
Yeah, it's a long journey getting there, but it was my life experiences where I was when I first got to college, and I wasn't focused on school, got easily distracted, and everybody that I came up with from home, they were graduating and I wasn't, so I got real depressed. Even had thoughts of suicide.
Wow.
And it was during that time I gave my life to God and committed to, if you help me out of this situation, I promise to dedicate my life to young people at that time, because I didn't know who to go to and where to go to. This is not something that we grew up in the Caribbean hearing about it, or we hear about it being a white person. Only white people go to therapy. But when I didn't have anybody I could reach out to, and I saw how important it was to have that, I wanted to be that. So I initially I went to DeVry to study electronics engineering, and then I dropped out, and then went back home, got involved in youth ministry at St. Anne's Church in St. Croix, and found that's my calling.
Wow. I'm getting chills just listening to that, because you know what? There's so many persons, adults I'm talking about, that are lost. And I wouldn't say lost, but probably a little bit off that path. And so what you did, and that was the operative word right there, you sought help.
Right. Well, I sought it.
Yes.
But I didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
And I didn't know of any resources, and I didn't know how to deal with that. And as a man, a young man at that time, you know, acknowledging that you are weak, you don't know how to get help, you don't know how to handle your situation. Something is wrong with you and your manhood. So I have to keep a lot of that stuff to myself.
See, and that part doesn't sit well with me. I'll tell you what, because I just had a conversation yesterday, to be exact, 24 hours ago. I was sharing with someone, and, you know, she says, Sharon, if I could reach through the phone and just hug your neck and squeeze you. Because I said to her, she has a son, 16 years old, and that's what it is. He struggles with identity, and he has an identity crisis. Why? Because he doesn't fit in.
Right.
And same thing, he came from the islands. I think he migrated probably about a few years ago, so he still has a strong Caribbean accent.
Yeah.
And he gets bullied in school and all that mess. And so what you said something very critical right there. As a man, you cannot express yourself. Whose rule is that? Because I get frustrated when I hear that, because that shouldn't be a thing. You're a real man if you cry.
Right.
If you whimper, that's a different thing. You're then, I don't know what to say. But I'm saying you're a man, a woman, a boy. We all have tear ducts.
Right.
We should show emotions, and society should give us permission. And if they don't give us permission, then you take it up on yourself and give yourself permission.
Yeah,
you
some
know,
people
grace.
may have that in them to just be a self-motivator and, you know, bump the world. But there are many who don't, and they look for mentors or they look for models of it. And if they don't have it, it's hard for them to activate what's inside of them.
Yeah.
So the ability, the greatness of who we are is within, but it helps when we see it modeled.
Yes.
Some people their life circumstances can't activate it within itself.
Of course.
But you know, we're diverse people.
We are, but you know, I'm just going to say this, Warren. I go back to it, and I keep stressing it, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. That's where the village comes in. Yes. That's what that village is all about. And to you out there in Radio Land, I'm just going to share this with you. Honestly, we post these things on Facebook, on Instagram, on whatever, on social media. Oh, make someone smile today, be the light, whatever. But we need to really seriously take this thing seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, be the light.
Exactly. I mean, we in order for us to be a better light, a light that's sustaining, I believe the main thing we have to check in within ourselves, are we a light to ourselves?
Yes.
Or where does our light get activated? You know, we have to make sure that we are nurturing ourselves before we can give, because we have created a society and even our own culture of being selfless. And we believe selfless is what God has called us to, and I don't think so. I think selfishness and selflessness are unhealthy and toxic.
Very.
Right? So what a term that I created, I used to tell clients, you need to learn how to be selfish in a positive way.
Ooh.
But I decided
selfish
not to use...
Selfish in a positive way. I like that.
So I used the term instead of that to be self-true. Right? Self-true is a combination of the two.
Down.
Right?
You said self-true.
Self-true. Right? So it's being true to yourself.
Being true to yourself.
Right? So when someone asks you a favor or to do something for you, you don't automatically say no or automatically say yes. You check in with yourself first. How does this sit with me? Is this in an alignment with me being true to myself? Does it violate my boundaries of self-respect and honor? And if it does, the answer is no.
Well, how do you do that? When you're like Sharon, for example, I'll give you that much. When you're me, a people pleaser, someone calls me and says to me, Sharon, I need to get this done. I don't check in with Sharon. I just go, let me see how I can get it done. And then I go hard on Sharon.
Right.
And that's when I'm giving her the grit, because I'm saying, gosh, Susie just called you and asked you to do this, and you said you couldn't do it. Find someone who can do it, or get it done, or go get it done. That people-pleasing stuff.
Yeah.
And I submit to you, Warren, that that thing right there, that's where it comes from, a place of insecurity. It really does.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at her, honestly, and people say to me, Sharon, not you, forget it. And I laugh at that. When I get in my quiet moments, I have a good laugh, because people think I'm so outgoing and I'm so this and I'm so that. And I do love people.
Right.
That much I know. But pleasing them, because I don't want them to be unhappy, but at a cost. Because it's costing me, because I'm going, I don't want to hurt Susie's feelings, and she needs to get to point A, you know what, and I can facilitate it. Let me inconvenience Sharon.
Right.
just to make sure she gets
Exactly,
there. And so
exactly.
that stuff, you have to really get to the place where you are redeemed. You are pretty much saying, you know what, bump it. Enough
Right.
is enough. Sharon, what do you say? So you just told me self-true
Being
is what I'm going
self-true.
to start
Yeah,
practicing.
yeah.
And I'm serious about it. I'm so
Yeah.
serious. I confess that. I mean it.
Yeah, and most of
I have
us,
to be
most
true
of
to
us,
me.
we hide behind it.
Yes.
We think this is what God has called us to.
Yes.
And we believe God is selfless as well, and God is not. There's no way God is going to do anything for anybody that violates the integrity of who He is, no matter how much He loves us.
Mic drop. Did you say that again?
That God will never violate the integrity of who He is
Yes.
to serve us just because He loves us. Because the whole system would collapse, and we were made out of the DNA of the divine, and we are called to learn how to live like that, how to check ourselves first.
Yes.
Right? We have in the scripture there's the two greatest commandments: to love your neighbor, to love God with all your heart and soul and mind. Yeah? And then Jesus said the second one is like the first. The second one says, love your neighbor as what?
Yourself.
So which comes first, loving neighbor or self?
Self.
Right. But we're not taught that. We're taught to love neighbor.
So I'm telling you, talk about miseducation. So I'm re-educating, and that's what I tell people every day. I get up, I'm re-educating. So folks may feel funny and say, "Oh, you're acting funny," and you did. No, because guess what? You just gave me permission,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell. That guess what? Self-true.
That's right.
Giving self the first go.
Right.
And then listen, it's not a matter of what's left. It's just that making myself priority.
That's right. You have to.
And someone just told me that a few days ago too, that she said, Sharon, I start looking in the mirror and I start going, I love you. And then that person in the mirror tells her, are you sure? And she says, well, I love you. Are you really, really sure? And that's what she's practiced. She said, every day I started practicing self-love by looking at that man in the mirror and say, I love you.
That's right.
Girl, I love the heck out of you.
And that's when we look at mental health,
Yes.
having a healthy mental health.
Yes.
Self-love is at the core of it. It's at the core. Because as you said,
How so?
If you don't love yourself, right, you're going to go out searching to be validated.
Validation, that
right?
part.
And
Ooh.
if you get lost in people-pleasing, right, that my worth is based on performance.
Wow.
Right? That means I have to do, and not only do, but please others of my doing in order for me to then feel worthy.
You know, they say, do as I say, but not as I do. And, so we don't always practice what we preach. And so, I don't know, guys. Reds, Candy, can you step outside the studio? Because I kid you, we're having a moment in here. It is amazing. I wish the audience could really get a serious feel for what we're saying. Thank you for joining. Marcy Stewart, I see you. Rollington Hill,
That's
I
my
see.
cousin.
Oh, wow, I see. And there,
Ivy, my
Ivy
cousin.
Mitchell. Oh, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us. This is really awesome. And truth be told that, honestly, we do it so well because we do that. We hide behind masks. We don't always are true to ourselves. We can preach a good sermon,
right?
But do we really preach it to ourselves?
Yeah.
Because I can tell everybody, hey, this is how we do this and this is how we do that. But you know what? Not so much.
And it's
Not
a
so
practice,
much.
It's not something that, like, as long as I've been doing this work, and I don't always do it. My original or default learned behavior or self-oriented was coming from a selfless perspective. And it took me a while to finally get to a place where I'm recognizing, no, I got to take care of me first. But that's a lot of undoing and unlearning and reprogramming. Right?
Yes.
So it's an ongoing practice, and I'm not successful at it every day or every time that I try. So I still struggle. But what I love about going back to self-love, when I look at how God has loved me, my challenge is how to accept myself in that space of my own imperfection. I don't have to be perfect to have a healthy mental health.
Yes.
Right? I just need to learn how to love myself with grace, with acceptance, compassion, and affirm the greatness and wonder of who I am, even when I don't see it or feel it. But because it's based out of truth, I must honor truth. I was made out of truth. And the more I nurture truth, truth will help me overpower the negative and negativity I have about myself and the self-limiting beliefs and negative concept that I have of myself. So we must learn how to create safe spaces within ourselves so that when our imperfections show up, even when other people reject it, when other people reject us because of it, or put us down because of it, or criticize us because of it, we should not join that bandwagon. We have to have a space where it's like, okay, yeah, we messed up.
Yes.
However, that does not mean something is wrong with me.
That's correct.
It does not mean I'm unworthy. Just means that I haven't learned how to perform this act, do this thing in the way that is needed. And we have to be able to separate our performance from who we are. What we do does not equal who we are.
Say that again, because I think a lot of us struggle with that. That's another conversation for another day. And I'm telling you, I'm just looking at it, and Candy will confirm it too when we're done with this, because guess what? You're going to go outside and come right back in the studio. That's pretty much what it's going to be like. You're coming back in. Because you know what? That's another struggle.
Right.
Here we go. You know, we talk about people pleasing. We talk about self-love. You know, we talk all this stuff, a good game. But you know what? We are still out here. I mean, and I think it's just, and you may agree with me or probably not, but it's our orientation. It's our culture. It's, you know, when you look at the American culture overall, as opposed to our Caribbean culture or whatever, outside of these United States, people say stuff like, I love you. Love is an action word for me.
Right, it is.
And love doesn't mean you bring me flowers and you give me gifts and you cook food for me and you invite me over. For me, that's not love.
Yeah.
Okay, that's things. That's just, those are byproducts of love.
Right.
But love is really an action word. And so you show love, and rest her soul, my mother showed her children love. I mean, and so much so that, I mean, my siblings are not huggy, kissy people too much. I am the one of the 5 children. Why? Because she would pretty much, as they say in America, slob on us. She would just hug and smother us and just love on us. And it doesn't matter who, she was that person. You know, and honestly, I loved it. I just didn't understand it until later on. And then I was just wallowing in it. My siblings, not so much. They're like, hey, not so close, not in my personal space, you know. But I'm telling you, and that's all it takes, Warren. That's all it takes for a lot of people. You know, just give them a hug. There are people waiting to be hugged.
Right. I actually had a client today that was telling me she would like to one day to be like a cuddle person, a cuddle buddy. That's actual service that's out there.
That is correct. I've heard that.
You go there and you go and get hugged because your physical touch is such a powerful healing instrument.
That part. Transferal.
Right.
You know, I mean, of course, it depends, because, I mean, you know.
But the opposite is true as well, right?
Correct.
As powerful as it is in healing, it can also be negative when it's done in a harmful way.
That part.
Destructive for a person.
That part. And so we have to be careful. You know, there are boundaries within everything we do, but I mean, that part to me is critical because, you know, I mean, safe hugging, and that's an entire, and I know it's an entirely different discussion, but there's safe hugging and safe, I mean, connections and stuff.
Right.
And so we have to, that's where it comes from, teaching children boundaries, setting those boundaries.
That's right.
I mean, and I hate to say it, hugging everyone is not healthy.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
It's not.
You know, so you have to be, and I know there's a way in church, especially there's a way, I just learned that recently. Yes, what do you call that?
Side hug.
The side hug.
Yeah.
I sort of like, why are you doing that? Why are you giving me your, I didn't understand it. I was lost. And when I said to someone, they said, yeah, that's a church hug.
No, it's also it's a hug that I think the first time I heard it was when I worked at a residential treatment center. And we had male and female residents. And so we had to be careful, especially the guys with the young ladies, to give side hugs.
Yes.
Because some of them have been touched inappropriately and in unhealthy ways. And so
there's a trigger.
Yeah, it's a real trigger.
Wow. Man, this is deep. This is deep. Yeah, when I heard it, I said, you know, he gave me his shoulder. And the person said, Sharon, he was being respectful because you're a female and and he's married, you're married. I said, oh, I was
Right.
lost. I didn't
Yeah.
know what that meant. I thought
Yeah.
it was an insult.
Right, right.
You know
No,
what I mean?
no, I get
I'm
you.
like, what is this? So I didn't know. I interpreted it as someone who doesn't know how to hug.
Nope.
And then I was coached, and I was like, wow, it's schooled.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God. So I learned that,
And
and
even,
that's recent enough.
Us as touchy-feely people, we have to make sure we ask people for permission.
Is it okay to?
Yeah, is it
Yes.
okay to? Because I'm naturally
Yes.
wanting to hug people.
That's it.
Right? But I have to
Wow.
realize, let me back off.
Yes.
And see if it's safe.
Thank you for saying that.
First.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yes, I will, and I will respect that going forward, because you just shared something with me that I've never really practiced. I never
Yeah.
thought of it. I really never did, because I was like, So yes. Woo, my goodness. Tell me some things. I mean, some challenges that you have in your day to day. I would say, I'm not going to call it business, because it's your gift will make room for you, and it's your gifting, because you were called to this profession.
Right.
And really, it's more like a lot of times when you're doing things that you get paid to do, it's really not work. You just get paid to do something. It's more like a hobby. So explain that to me.
Yeah, it's a definite passion.
Passion, yeah.
And of mine, and I love and enjoy doing the work and helping people. But it has its challenging moments as well. I have paperwork that I have to do that I don't like. It's one of the reasons why I stopped accepting insurance. It was just too much paperwork. So all my clients is self-pay and out of pocket, and less paperwork for me, and helps me to enjoy the work more. As well as there are times when you want to help people, but they may not be ready for the help. And you see them struggling. You see them, suffering sometimes. And
I'm going to stop you
ready
right
yet.
there, because that's powerful what you said. They need help, but they're not ready to receive it.
Right.
How do you approach a person like that? Do you just leave them be and let them self-destroy, or?
Well,
I mean,
I guess
how do
in
you
general, you do your best to try to get them to a place of recognizing how their behavior may be self-destructive or destructive for their community or their family, and to see, do they want better? Do they want more? There's a actual model that's called stages of change, where it helps meet client where they are.
Wow.
Right? Just
Gotcha.
because a client comes into care doesn't mean they're ready for action. Right? So they might still be in a pre-contemplative state where they're like, I don't have any problems. Right? I don't have an alcohol problem. Or I don't have an anger problem. So the goal isn't trying to give them intervention as if they're ready. The intervention is focused on trying to help them see themselves better in the reality of what is. And you help that information is used to convince them to move in the contemplative state, where you're more thinking, well, maybe I got a problem, but I'm not sure if I'm ready yet for help, kind of thing.
And while you were saying that, if something triggered, it just just came into my thoughts, where someone's checking in with you. They're coming in and they're going, Mr. Mitchell, I need to see you. But you know what? Like you said, they're not ready. To me, there's one thing to be said. I mean, if you identify a family member, a friend, or someone, a coworker, whoever it is,
right,
that could use that help, there's a way to convey that. And I know sometimes we're not always very generous with our words. We're not very kind with our words sometimes, because instead of saying to someone that definitively has a problem, oh man, you're crazy.
Right.
You might as well go, to the madhouse or whatever.
Right.
It's just how you it's that
Exactly.
delivery.
Oh,
and
you're
so
right.
I would be offended. Someone
Right.
telling me, hey, you need help. Why don't you go get help?
Mm-hmm.
There is a way to do it and say, you know what? Guess what? Have you ever thought about doing this? I mean, there is that way to sort of coach people into it, because it's not what you say, right?
Right.
But it's how you say
you
what
say
you
it.
say
Yes.
and how it's received. And so, we have those family members. And again, in our culture, it's a cliche, we think, or we thought, but it's really healthy to seek help.
That's right.
It's really healthy. We're getting better at it, because mental health awareness is becoming more talked about and more publicized in our communities. But we still have ways to go, because that stigma that's attached to mental health,
Right.
illness.
Mhm.
We don't want to talk about that in our
Yeah.
communities. We're thinking, oh my God, it's a curse. Do you know
Yeah.
that family's cursed? The grandmother was that way, the uncle was that way,
Mhm.
and it's an illness, just like
Yep.
cancer, just like anything else. And we're finally slowly turning the corner with acceptance
Yeah.
of that,
Yeah.
because it's been ingrained in us
Yes.
as if it's it's something that came down the line, and it's a generational curse and this.
Yeah, and religious institutions have played
Yes.
a role
They
in that,
have.
and so they can also play a role in undoing that.
Correct.
And yeah, you need Jesus, or you need Buddha, or you need whoever you see as a deity, but you also need therapy as well.
Yes.
You know,
There's a place for therapy.
And so it's not like you can't do both. Like, you'll have a broken arm, and look, I need Jesus to heal me. Oh, okay, Jesus gave the power to the doctor to heal you. Are you going to go to the doctor to get healed, or are you going to just wait for your bones to
Pray
to
it-
fall
sit
in
there and
place
pray it
just
out, right?
Yeah. So it's the same thing with mental health. Mental health is no different than physical health. And so when we talk about mental health awareness and mental health, it's about what are we doing to nurture that? Same thing, what are we doing to take better care of our bodies? What are we doing to take better care of our minds? What are we doing to take better care of our spirits? And so we need to make sure that seeing mental health is not a stereotype that says something is wrong with you. You know, it's just maybe something is wrong with how you think, how you see yourself, how you're behaving, but not who you are.
And a lot of times I would say, though, this image of yourself, in a lot of cases, and as you and I would know, was imparted, embedded, it was placed on us. Because as children growing up, sometimes your parents, guardians, maybe a sibling, just someone spoke some word, some toxic word into your system.
Mm-hmm.
And as a child, you don't know to receive it or to reject it because you can't process that.
Exactly.
And so, with resilience, I mean, it just takes that strong foundation, a solid person. I mean, a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 6-year-old, God forbid, you tell them, hey, you're not cute, you're not this. You might as well take a baseball bat to their butt and hit them, because those words cut like a knife.
Yeah.
It's worse than hitting them, and that pain will just wear off. But that scar, that emotional scar,
Some of it
stays
can
with you
last a
forever
lifetime.
most times.
Yeah.
And parents ought to be cognizant of what they say to their children. As adults, we have to be also really careful and very conscious and cognizant of what we say to each other, even
Agreed.
and to children. Because
Agreed.
when I hear stuff like this, for example, Warren, and I've had to say to parents or people, your child is not bad. Why do they accept that? Oh, my son, oh my God, you don't know, my children are just bad.
And that's
Words
from
are
their
powerful.
own upbringing and experiences, unhealed self, unhealed wounds, insecurities that they're parenting from, as stuff that has been passed on.
Yes.
That we react the same way, so we don't realize how much of those negative seeds have been implanted in us. We may not have liked it as we were growing up when it was done to us, but the seeds are there, and they're going to be nurtured and develop. And when we are in certain situations or similar situations, all of a sudden we're behaving in those ways, and we may not be fully aware of it until somebody say, you're acting just like your mom, or you're acting just like your dad, or you're acting, right? And we're like, what the hell? No, my mom did this, right? I'm not doing that. Well, you may not doing it to the extreme that she's doing it, but you're still doing it, and you're still causing harm to your child.
Yes.
Right?
Man, wow. But words have power. Words have power, because the Bible says life and death lies right there in the tongue. And so we can speak life into situations and into people, and we can speak death just equally. So we've got to be careful what we put out there. That is why I don't hang around folks, and I'm serious about it. When people say to me, I'm broke, I want no part of you.
Right.
And I'm serious. I'll excuse myself because, respectfully, because broke is not a word in my vocabulary at all. I don't accept that, because God is my God. He's my Lord. And if in my eyes, he owns everything. He's the creator. He owns everything. And if my dad owns everything, I'm his daughter.
All right.
So then I own everything.
All right.
So people say to me, "But how come you can't get out there and go buy a Maserati?" Oh, well, come on back to reality. That's all I'm saying is that, but he owns the world.
All right.
And I exist. That air that I breathe, I don't pay for it.
All right.
I get it for free.
Yeah,
and so every morning that I wake up, I'm thankful and I'm grateful to him.
We have to learn to
And so
appreciate what I call organic wealth.
Yes.
That
Wow. Organic
wealthiness isn't just about money,
It's not.
possessions.
Yes.
Wealth of your peace that you can protect and sustain through no matter what you go through. That's priceless. There's no tags, financial tags that can pay for that. So the wealth of organic wealth of healthy relationships, the organic wealth of healing, forgiving.
Yes.
Right. Taking care of self. Right. We go through various transitions, having the right support when we're going through that. Learning to be with oneself. Which is not always easy, and it's something that I've struggled with. But it's learning to do that is powerful. We see again Jesus didn't always hang with the crowd.
Yes.
Pulled himself away.
You have to.
So he can connect with the with the Father and / Mother, and to reconnect with who he is. Right? All the doing he left behind so he can go nurture his being.
Whew. This is heavy stuff, but this is just refreshing stuff in the same token. It's an oxymoron, but that's exactly what it is. I see, let's say hi to your, oh man, you've got a following there. You got to be up in this place every Tuesday, Warren. I mean, I see you have a plethora of people.
Karen, thank
Bernie.
you all for joining.
Wow.
Rara.
Wow.
Blessings.
You're the man.
Josephine, thank you. Cassius, bless up. Natalie.
Nice. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
I mean, let me tell you, this is really, really great stuff. And it's so needed. And so where can one find you? How can they connect with you? I mean, if they need to reach out to you, they need your services. Can you share that?
Yes. I have a website, journeyofselfdiscovery.org, which is the name of my practice, journeyofselfdiscovery.org. I'm also on Instagram, warren.mitchell.inspires. And my number, 770-882-4240.
Wow, there you have it. And when are you coming back? Next week? Next Tuesday? Man, just absolutely love having you here. I mean, this has been, real. I mean, this is really good stuff. He was just here, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio, in this location, Caribbeanlifetv, where they hosted the community restoration camp for the 12 to 18-year-olds and a little under. I mean, man, it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. Really. He was one of the great presenters. And let me tell you, those students, those explorers, correction, yes. They remembered. Yeah. And there were some that could quote every single presenter verbatim. Wow. I mean, they did not miss a beat. Yeah. They talked about you. And I said to myself, I could not remember all that at that age, but they were remembering names. Mr. Warren. And I'm like, what? Wow. Are you joking? So you left such an indelible mark on these young explorers. I mean, and this is what we have to do. We have to teach. The Google Gaga days are over. Where we talking codes and all that stuff. We have to be respectful, but we also have to treat young minds as if they're human beings, because they are. They're real. I mean, they're little people. They're little us. Mini adults. That's what I call them.
Students, young people strive when people that they're communicating with have high expectations of them. That they see them beyond their situations, their circumstances, and they see the life of wonder within them and speak that and nurture that, and they start believing in it themselves. So
and that's where it takes each and every one of us around these young explorers, these young minds, to keep encouraging them.
That's right.
No matter what. I mean, they may be having a situation at home, but once we get around them, it's our responsibility as the village to speak words of wisdom and words of encouragement, affirmations, positive affirmations in these young minds. Yes. Because the more they hear it, the more they believe it. We cannot leave it up to, and I'm not knocking them because I was that girl. I love rap music. Okay, I just don't like a lot of the crap music that I hear these days. I'm just saying. But, you know, the positive stuff that you hear, I mean, you know, about beauty, about how you wear your hair, how you present yourself, it has everything to do with that. And that's why I tell people, yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm having a bad hair day, like today's one of those days. But you know what? My natural hair, this is how God created me, so that I don't have to look different to be accepted.
That's right.
So I got to that place, and it took me a long time to accept it because I had to straighten my hair. And I'm not knocking straight hair. I'm just saying I had to do certain things to fit in because I mean, that's what society dictated to me. Growing up as a little girl, I had to do this and I had to wear this. And now I'm going, are you kidding me? I'm authentically me.
That's right.
So I'm learning to love me, yes. I'm learning to love me even more today than I did yesterday.
Ashe.
You know, and that's what I encourage and I implore each and every one of you listening to me right now. Look in that mirror and start loving yourself.
Amen.
Create a relationship if you never had one with self. Self-true. Let's start self-true today. I'm going to use this and I'm going to use it. I know you coined it. Yeah, I know you coined it. But I'm going to be using this self-true, not selfless.
That's right.
Love more of yourself every single day, no matter what. Because you can't pour into an empty cup.
Right.
I mean, an empty cup. You've got to have something to pour into. And if you have nothing to pour out, then guess what? Refill yourself before you could fill the cup of someone else.
That's right.
You know, don't wait. Just keep filling you up.
Yeah.
Man, what a way to end.
Well, thank you for having me here. Truly appreciate the opportunity to share.
I appreciate
to help
you,
out
sir.
people out.
Yes, man.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so good. Yes, every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You know I love your voice. Close like no other. You know I've known you as a father. You know I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. Oh, yeah. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. Every breath that I am
It's the annual Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards, presented by the Atlanta Jamaican Association in collaboration with the AJ Cultural and Educational Fund, Inc. Saturday, August 10, 2024, Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel, 2020 Convention Center Concourse, College Park, Georgia, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Celebrate Jamaica's 62nd year as an independent nation and support higher education of the next generation. Enjoy delectable food, music from the SWAT Band, and electrifying performance from Jamaica Festival legend Roy Rayon.
I have got this feeling, a very high feeling.
Music by Mikey Sparkle Production with DJ Cold Rice on the ones and twos. Keynote speaker Keisha Thorpe, Nobel Prize educator, Global Teacher 2021, and National Teachers Hall of Fame inductee. Hosted by Will Hart. Early bird 135 to July 1, 145 after. Scan the QR code for hotel and tickets. Call 404-777-9593 or visit AtlantaJamaicanAssociation.org. Sponsors Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, GB Roofing Inc., Metals and Materials Engineers, Couples Resorts Jamaica, and PNC.
Welcome back to Caribbean Extravaganza. So up next, man, we've got Conroy Green. Conroy Green is a fine art artist in Jamaica. He's an illustrator. He's a muralist. He's the one that, yes, he's been going viral for the past, I guess, almost month, Conroy? He is a KCO boy.
I'd say that.
About a month, right? So let me
I'd
tell
say
you,
that.
he's a KCO boy. So your fellow KC man was in here yesterday, Mr. Garfield himself, Garfield McCook, way before your time. But guess what? I know he's listening and he's as happy as a lark. So I'm going to tell you more about Conroy, man. When I tell you, Conroy, you painted that famous picture that went crazy wild, famous all over the world with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. Prime Minister Andrew Holness. I mean,
Yes.
big time. What happened with that? How did that happen? I mean, tell me about that, first of all, because, I mean, before you dive into everything else, let me know about that picture, because that's what set you on the map. Big time.
Yes, painted. Good night.
Hi, good night. Welcome,
Yes.
welcome. And Conroy's
Yes,
coming all the
definitely.
way from Jamaica. All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Blessings. So basically, I painted a portrait of our Prime Minister, the most Honorable Andrew Holness, and a child, her name is Casey. So he made a post having a conversation with her, and she mentioned that she wants to become an artist in the future. And he was encouraging her to follow her dreams. I was very much inspired by that video, being that I'm an artist and the Prime Minister of my country is encouraging a child to pursue fine arts. You know, it's not necessarily the most prestigious career like the doctors, the lawyers. So I painted the portrait, the basically in the afternoon after seeing that video.
Yes.
And I reached out to him.
Oh, you
I
did?
made a video. Yeah, I made a video while painting it from scratch. And I uploaded it to my Instagram and I tagged him, and yeah, I did reach out to him and he saw the video, and
the Prime Minister of Jamaica
started.
connected with you? Man, that's big.
Yes,
That's big stuff.
definitely. You know, he was very much inspired by how creative I was with the execution of the portrait and the storytelling, you know, and this is done in less than 24 hours, just a few hours of seeing the video. You know, so he commended me on that creativity, invited me to his office in Kingston, and we talk about uplifting Jamaica with art, my journey as an artist. He also invited me to the 10th Biennial Diaspora Conference in Montego Bay.
Yes, yes.
So,
love it.
it has been amazing.
Man, your world, you know, they talk about turning your world in another direction altogether. I mean, just an overnight sensation. I mean, this is someone who's self-taught. You're a self-taught artist, right? Fine art artist.
Yes, I am
fine
self-taught.
art. Not just,
Definitely.
you know, I mean, you're self-taught. I mean, this is just something that you just don't, you wake up one day and you decide, you know what, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be an artist. This is something that I don't know. Not everybody's an artist. I mean, we're creative in our own way, Conroy, but you take it to a different level. And I know great things are on the horizon, because I know, I mean, you've connected with one of our greatest artists, Jamaican artists, right here locally.
I appreciate that.
You know, in Georgia. You're welcome. I mean, listen, man, that's what we do. When I tell you, Tammy Gammon, she's been in the studio before, by the way, and she's coming back soon. She doesn't know that yet, so now she's hearing for the first time. But she's on her way back here because she's a mentor of artists. That's what she does.
Nice.
She's a curator. She seeks people from all over the entire world, and she sets them. She takes time out of her crazy schedule. Okay, there you have it. There goes the painting, the famous painting. Conrad, I don't know if you're seeing that, but man, your famous painting that has gone crazy viral with the Prime Minister and that little girl. I mean, that's crazy. That's awesome. So you're in good hands. I mean, you're Tammy Gammon, one of Tammy Gammon's many. Oh, my pleasure. One of Tammy Gammon's rising stars. You know, that is what's powerful. You know, so we're looking forward to seeing you on these in the studio, actually, even soon. I mean, look, where there's a will, yes, there's a way. You have other grounds to cover in the meantime, my brother. But honestly, I love what you're doing. I mean, the networking, the creating a business. I mean, doing, you know, you're so passionate about what you do. You know, can you give me just a little hint of what stage of your life that you really thought, you know what, I could do this. I mean, for a living, this is what I really want to do, because it has to be a passion of yours for you to even do it.
Definitely. So basically, when I was around, I'd say 20.
Wow.
Yes. So I had a job then, you know, but I've always wanted to give more of myself. You know, there is something inside of me that I always felt the need to express creatively. So I used to sketch growing up, but I wanted to add color to that sketch. So I would visit regular bookstores. I'd buy materials, tools to express my creativity, and I just started posting it online. People gravitated to it, and I really took a liking to it over a period of time. I'd say I grew more passionately about it, and that's how it started for me, to be honest. I just became more professional about my approach, knowing that, hey, the world appreciates art. In everything there's art. You know,
that's right.
Creativity supports individualism, so I saw how best I could make a career out of it.
Wow. So you're going to be meeting, because, you know, Tammy Gammon is saying here, she has joined us live on air, and big up to you, Tammy Gammon.
Yeah, man, big up Tammy all the time.
All the time. She says, honored to have him on the team, on our team. And she says she's going to be seeing you. She's going to be meeting you.
Me.
Yeah, she's going to be meeting you real soon. So, you know, a whole heap of things will happen, man. Enough things will happen when you and Tammy connect in Jamaica. I mean, that's going to be bigger than life. You know, larger than life. Yes. Man, and I can't wait for you to come forward in these Hotlanta, you know. So let me tell you, Conroy, keep doing what you're doing. You're inspiring. I'm telling you, when I saw your picture.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yes. I mean, you know, the fact that you're a little bit reserved, I must say. I mean, very chilled, very quiet, very, you know. But let me tell you, chatting up a storm with you the other day, you know, connecting with you a few times, man, you've got some things. I mean, so they're showing, wow, those are nice. I'm looking at other stuff. I mean, other art that you've provided. I mean, big stuff, Conroy. You've got ways to go. You're only just getting started. You're still young.
I appreciate it.
Of course. You're still young. So what are the murals? I mean, are those a part of the downtown Kingston? I mean, where are your murals? Where can people find, if they're looking you up, if they want to, you know, see more of what you have? Is there a website that they could go to? I mean...
Yes, basically I just use my Instagram for now.
Oh, so
I'm in the process
is that?
I'm in the process of creating an actual website, but for now, being that you can interact with your audience and stuff like that, you can post videos. You know, I find that to be a great way to market myself. So for now, it's Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
That I post most of my work.
And what's your angle on Instagram and share that with the audience so they can locate you?
So for Instagram, it's at Conroy_Green, and on TikTok, it's Conroy Green Official.
Nice.
So there you can see the process of my work. Like, for example, I'm painting a portrait. I would make videos. I would do live paintings on my TikTok as well. So
nice.
It's always a vibe day to day, you know.
I like that. It's a vibe. It really is a vibe.
Definitely.
It really is a vibe, because I've been on your Instagram page. I've checked it out, you know. I haven't gone. I'm not a TikToker. So I'm confessing. You know, I'm not a TikToker yet. But look at all that stuff. Man, Candy and Reds, I have you up on full blast, my brethren. Full blast. Who's that beautiful little baby?
Appreciate it.
Is that your daughter?
And I actually went to her graduation dinner in Casey.
Oh, you're kidding me? Yeah, that's the little girl that you painted?
Yeah. Her principal had invited me, you know, so I bought a few items like palette, paints, brushes, and I took it for her, you know, because for me being self-taught, I consider my abilities a gift from God. And I'm able to inspire others, bring happiness to people's lives with my gift. So if I can inspire a child, you know, I know that she might think about it when she grows up, or
of course,
you know. So I wanted to do that little gesture for her.
Wow, how old is she, Conroy? That's a baby. I mean, she's what?
I'm not certain, you know, but she's actually transitioning into primary school, so she'll be in 1 grade. So she's
Okay,
probably
first grade,
about
probably about
6
6-ish.
or so.
Yeah, yeah. Wow,
Yeah,
Conroy.
she's probably about 6.
Man, man,
Yeah, man,
man.
that's the art of inspiration, you know.
Yes, yes, yes. You're a true creative and a true philosopher and a true inspiration. I mean, honestly, when I tell you,
Thank you.
Tammy had a good conversation. Tammy Gammon, man, that's my sister, and she had a great conversation. She said,
Yeah,
Sharon,
man.
man,
Yeah,
I love
man. I
Conroy.
definitely feel
You know, I
Tammy's
mean,
vibe,
yes,
you know.
yes, yes, yes.
Good vibration.
Good vibration, man. I can't wait. I
Definitely.
can't wait. I can't wait to get there. Just to see the stuff that you produce, to see all of what
Yes,
you're
I'd
doing.
love if you could visit the mural in Tivoli Gardens.
Oh
you know.
wow, in TG, really?
Where someone you know that is a pretty iconic place, you know,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
we're using art to uplift the community to
Yes.
eradicate the stigma and the stereotypes,
Yes.
you know.
Oh, I
So,
love that. I mean,
yeah, man, want to be a part of the greatness.
yes. Done deal. Done deal. That's what I'm talking about.
Big vibes, man, big vibes.
Yes. Tammy shouting us out there. Love you back, Tammy. She's saying love to you, Conroy, and
Yeah, man,
and
big
me.
up Tammy all the time.
All the time, Tammy. Man, let me tell you, Conroy. So what's the future like? I mean, what do you see? You know, where do you see yourself in another few years from now? I mean, because you're on big stage already, and I mean, it doesn't get bigger than where you are, does it? You know,
I mean, I'm a pretty humble person, so for me,
I know you are.
It's how much I can give back with my art, to be honest.
Wow.
So for me, I'm just an opportunity away from expressing what's inside of me. So every step of the way, I look forward to greatness. You know, that's it for me. Every single day I paint. Every single day I think about how best I can inspire a child. You know, so that's it for me, to be honest.
Okay, so I know you went to the school on North Street over there. Have you
Yes,
ever?
Kingston College.
I knew you're all a proud bunch of people, you know. But listen.
Oh yes, indeed.
So, listen, have you gone back to school? I mean, you know, and you know, try to give back to. I mean, Kingston College, you know, the art studio. I mean, you know. I mean, what have you done in terms of that? Do you have any plans to do that?
I would definitely love the opportunity to do that. You know, every single day, our aspirations or endeavors would be to make our school proud.
Yes.
You know, to wave the Fortis banner high. So, if the opportunities present itself, I'd be very much honored to.
Of course, and you have
play
to speak
my
those.
role, you know?
You have to speak those things into existence, Conroy. And guess what? Right now,
yeah, man,
that's
definitely.
what we're doing.
It's actually manifesting right now as we speak. You know, God is good.
Yes, He is. It's a done deal. I mean, you're getting the call this
God
week.
Is
Hey,
good.
Conroy. Well, when Barry pass
As
over.
you say, a big platform with the fire. So.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, man, God is good, man.
Yes, He is. Yes, He is. You know, so
definitely.
Look, we're here looking at all your TikTok in the studio. I mean, Candy. Let me say to you, Candy and Rich blowing it up, man. Your TikTok is real.
Yeah,
wow.
Man, it's real.
This is big stuff.
So that is the approach that I have, you know.
I love it.
With technological advancement, you have to use that to the best of your ability,
man.
You know. So
yeah, man. You
people
have
dep on TikTok, you know, people watch the video them and things, so I give them what they want.
Nice. All right, so you're pressuring me. That's pressuring. There's a whole lot of pressure right there. But guess what? I'll get on TikTok too.
Yeah, man.
Just
after
for you.
on TikTok, man.
Just for you, man. I have to get on.
TikTok.
Wow.
Because you can earn. You can earn on TikTok.
Yes. And you know, it's funny you said that, you know, because there's and I'll share the information with you, but we had a non-profit do a camp at the studio at CLTV at Memorial Drive, 6254 Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain. And guess what? That was last week. When I tell you it's sell-off, it's sell-off. I mean, it was so inspiring. It was so great. But guess what? That's what they learned. They were doing their own TikTok videos Oh man,
Yeah.
they were killing it. They were killing it. Audio engineering, they got the likes of everything. I mean, they were
Yup.
touching on
That's the way
different
forward.
things, the way forward. So I respect it. So yes, all right. So I'm pressured and I am gonna bow to it. I'm gonna be on. I have to. Because I citizen, I can't miss out on this stuff with all this greatness, you know what I mean, that you're
No.
doing. And I have to go share you with the rest of the world. So, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
The one and only Conroy Green, fine art artist from no place else than Jam Down, Jamaica. I mean, big up.
Definitely.
Big up, big
big
up,
up,
big
big
up.
up all the time.
Man,
Thank
it's
you so very much for having me.
You're welcome. It's so great to have you. I mean, is there anything you wanna share with the public? I mean, what would you like to share at this time? I mean, before we go, anything? What to expect?
What I'd like to share is this is something that I always say out loud. Be you to fullness. That's beautifulness, you know? Like each and every day, we have to be intimate with ourselves. We have to learn ourselves, love ourselves, and, you know, just be grateful for what we have, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to share.
I love that. Beautiful. That's what it
Yes,
says.
be you to fullness.
Beautifulness. Ooh.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautifulness. That's what we create, you
Gonna
know?
send me back to school. I mean, it's from self true. I mean, Mr.
Yeah,
Warren
man,
Mitchell
be
just
you
left
to
here,
fullness.
and you saying beautifulness. Those are
Definitely.
spirit. You hear that, Candy and Reds? Beautifulness. Beautifulness.
Yeah, be you to fullness.
See there? You got
Yeah.
it?
Be the
Be
best
you
version
to
of
the
yourself.
fullness. Oh, be
Yeah.
you to the fullness. I love it.
No,
I got it. I finally got it.
no. Be you to fullness.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Beautifulness.
Beautifulness. Boy.
Definitely.
Boy. Huh. I'm going to say this a few times but until I get it sinking because that's going to be one of my new words again. Be you to
Yeah, man,
fullness.
you're powerful, man.
What? So you make that one up. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's just a natural thing, you know? Beautifulness.
Beautifulness, man. Big stuff, Conroy. Conroy, I look forward to seeing the greatness bust out more. I mean, because you bust out already, you know. Okay?
Thank you so very much.
And so you're welcome, but let me tell you, man, there's more busting out to do. And, you know, when the entire world know who Conroy Green is, let me tell you something. That's in a short while because, I mean, look, everybody know about that famous picture, you know, with the Prime Minister. Let me tell you, there's a whole lot more in Conroy to come out. So, world,
yes,
look
indeed.
out, Conroy coming at you, live and direct. You know what I mean?
Thank you so very much. I
Let me tell
appreciate you.
Man, we're just proud of you. We're proud of you. October,
Awesome.
you know what? Tammy just posted up, the post out the bag. Tammy Gammon said, October, the show is in Atlanta. Done, sell off. That's it.
Nice.
So
nice.
there you have it, guys. From our lips to God's ears, it's a done deal.
Yes, so
October.
you'll be able to see a few of my pieces at that show.
Everything. October. So look forward to it. Guys, save the date. October. We'll
Yeah, man,
narrow it down
definitely.
soon. But look out for Conroy Green. Okay?
Yeah, man, the artwork has go international, you know?
That's what I'm talking about. See him, sir.
Definitely.
International. Raise about that, Reds.
International.
Reds, make up noise about that. Kick up rumpus
Yeah,
in
man,
the
big
studio.
up DJ Reds, you know, big up DJ Reds.
Nice.
From straight out of Jamaica, big up DJ Reds.
Wow, nice. You hear that, Reds? You get enough big up. Man, looking forward to talking to you again, though, Conroy. We really appreciate you taking the time out. Make sure the art is protected, you know. Forget about the clothes. Forget about the clothes and the shoes, you know.
First thing that, the first
What you mean? The Beryl come near that, you know, because Beryl can't touch this.
That was here.
Of course. The shoes and the clothes and everything we can replace them, but the art.
That is it, man. That is it.
Art is everything. That is everything.
True.
I appreciate it. But listen, blessings, my brother. Look forward to talking to you again another time on this station, right here at Caribbean Extravaganza at CLTV and Radio. Definitely looking forward to talking to you again. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Caribbean
Stay
Extravaganza. Big up on yourself.
Appreciate
Thanks for having me.
You're
Yeah, man.
absolutely welcome. My pleasure. All right, next time. Cool. Take it easy.
It's the annual Independence Ball and Scholarship Awards presented by the Atlanta Jamaican Association in collaboration with the AJ Cultural and Educational Fund Inc. Saturday, August 10, 2024, Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway Hotel, 2020 Convention Center Concourse, College Park, Georgia, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. Celebrate Jamaica's 62nd year as an independent nation and support higher education of the next generation. Enjoy delectable food, music from the SWAT Band, and electrifying performance from Jamaica Festival legend Roy Rayon.
I have got this feeling, a very high feeling.
Music by Mikey Sparkle Production with DJ Cold Rice on the ones and twos. Keynote speaker Keisha Thorpe, Nobel Prize educator, Global Teacher 2021, and National Teachers Hall of Fame inductee. Hosted by Will Hart. Early bird 135 to July 1, 145 after. Scan the QR code for hotel and tickets. Call 404-777-9593 or visit AtlantaJamaicanAssociation.org. Sponsors Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport, GB Roofing Inc., Metals and Materials Engineers, Couples Resorts Jamaica, and PNC.
My selector, I send my selector. Oh, yeah. Operator, you fi turn on the E. My selector, turn on the E. Play rubber dubber, me say turn on the E. You play don't play, just say turn on the E. Say operator, me say turn on the E. My selector, turn on the E. Oh, star, let go the rhythm, make it go. My selector, me say oh, star. Let go the rhythm, make it go. My selector.
Welcome back to the final segment of Caribbean Extravaganza. Man, we've been having fun and more fun. And guess who we scooped into the studio? We caught her. She's the hardest working woman at CLTV. I mean, when I tell you, this beauty does everything. Right? When she's back there Red's doing his engineering, she's setting up this and she's setting that and she's covering all business aspects to make this place function effectively. Candy, we thank you for that, man, because I'm telling you, I mean, the magic that you make happen, boy, what can I tell you? How do you do it?
You know what? I love what I do, right? There's the saying, you love what you do what you love.
Yes.
You know, so with anything, you find passion in it, you're going to be good at it.
Man, and let me tell you, don't let the size fool you. They said it's the effect of the bullet because she's one pretty little thing. But let me tell you something. She Head cook on. She's the head cook and bottle washer. I mean, when she not cleaning this place, scrubbing everything, she making appointments, she's signing contracts, she's sending out invoices, doing the mostest.
Absolutely.
And then she hosting events. She doing preparing for a bridal show, a baby show. I mean, oh my God. I'm like, when and how? And she look, this is only her hobby, her side gig, because she has a full-time job, a 9 to 5. So she finds time to do this. Reds, big up to you, Tina, because I mean, let me tell you, when I tell you, behind every great man is a great woman, there she is, a fire rocket, a bullet.
I mean,
you know?
With any business, most people don't see all the work that goes behind closed doors. I'm not usually in front of the camera, but I'm always behind the scenes, pushing the buttons and making sure things go smoothly. I do my best here. You know, our owner, her Lawrence Prescott, and, you know, DJ Reds. You know, and I'm just, what they say, the cheese between the sandwiches and make sure the bread tastes good.
Oh, my gosh. You really are. Because, believe it or not, people see the glory. They don't see the gory. All that, you know.
Absolutely.
The cringe and the stuff back there. All that
the hard
yucky
work that we do behind the scenes, yes.
I mean, so I had to take time out just to recognize that. Because, honestly, I mean, I saw and I will talk about it till I'm blue. That last week was a major production.
Yeah.
And the way you pulled it off, I mean, you just got back from vacation. But you're like, listen, we're going to do this. And let me tell you something. It went off pretty much without a hitch because, I mean, everything was just, you know, crossing the T's and dotting all the I's. I mean, you made it happen. You just look seamless.
Thank you.
Seamless. You know, and I really love that because getting them flyers done for Caribbean Extravaganza, getting this done, doing this, doing that, calling out the last minute to get this done. Hey, can we do? Look, last minute shows.
Absolutely. You know, there's different moving parts to a business. And of course, if you work, I work, and we all can make, again, like they say, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
Right? And we all have the same common goal. We all want all the shows to run smoothly. So, hey, I work, you work, and we all can get it through.
And I love that. I love that. You know, so big up, I mean, we're bigging up the crew here at Caribbean Life TV.
Yes.
Lawrence Prescott, big up yourself. Reds, DJ Reds, big up. Yes,
we have
Candy.
an amazing team of radio hosts and DJ entertainers, amazing team.
Yes.
You know, we have a full week of schedule. You know, tune in, people. Caribbean Life Radio, Caribbean Life TV. We have weekly shows, you know, from DJ entertainers, you know, to podcasters. You know, we have Caribbean Extravaganza. We have DJ Silent, DJ Tony B. We have our Lady C, you know. We have Prima on Thursdays, and Saturdays we have a full show with the Rebel Mass, DJ Massive, Andrea Foster. That's our Saturday inspirational lineup. You know, tune in. You can always find something that, you know, that tweak your ears you want to listen to. Stacey Woods, one of our new hosts on the platform. Rosalie, oh my God, our seven-figure doula whisperer. Amazing, talented, educated people on this platform. Just grateful.
Alderine.
Oh, don't talk about Alderine. That's my girl.
Yes. What's her name that comes on after? Oh, my God.
Pastor Carlene. Listen, it's always
Hepburn.
a full service in here on Saturday mornings.
Oh, that's right.
Jeffrey Speak, another inspirational, motivational speaker on the platform.
Yes.
There's so many shows that you can tune into and learn and catch some great insights on.
Yes, we also want to shout out Pastor Rob. Rob.
Hope you get well, Pastor Rob.
Listen,
yes.
we need you. Let me tell you, he's gotten a full look. You're free. What I'm saying in Jamaica, your free paper bun next week. Your free paper bun. That's next what it week. Is. Because let me tell you, coming back, you probably have that mean tan from Jamaica.
Listen, my son was saying to me yesterday, he's like, Mom, you're still peeling, you know, because we had just an awesome time. We was in Jamaica last week. I came back with a massive sunburn. I mean, because I wouldn't stay out the sun, all right? I'm a sun baby. I just stayed in the sun.
I saw them pictures. And listen, between you and Pastor Robert, y'all had me hating on you because I'm like, listen, I see all the fun y'all having. And Beryl says, let me pass through this week. So y'all are fortunate you miss Beryl.
Yes, and like you say that, you know, Hurricane Beryl.
We're sending prayers out for the islands.
Absolutely.
To each and everyone. Yes.
Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, Trinidad.
I think St. Lucia got some of it as well.
And
Grenada.
What's that? Yes. Quite a few. And all those that we probably can't even mention. we're just praying that, listen, she will just turn away and that God will give us grace.
And that's right.
You know,
One
protecting
Caribbean
our loved one,
support.
one Caribbean,
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
You
We're
know,
only
we're just-
divided by waters. I always say
it.
that.
Yeah, but that's
it.
true.
Yep.
I like that. We're only divided by water.
That's it.
And hey, wherever there's water, there's water, we have things to get there, get across the water either by air or by water. We can go via water, so we can. Hey, it's not impossible. We can go anywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
There's no limitation. We could go anywhere because it's one Caribbean.
You know, and talking about that, you know, Rebel Mass reached out to me earlier today. Rebel, I'm gonna definitely give
Big
you a
her up.
call. Yes, you know, our carnival journalist. She's like, you know what, we need to put together a community drive, and I'm like, you know what,
You know,
that's
that's
a good
funny.
idea, Rebel.
Great
So
minds.
I will be calling you tomorrow, Rebel Mass. When you see my number, pick up. Let's talk. Let's get it together. Okay, love.
Yes. And you know, it's
Yeah.
funny. Rebel Mass, big up to you for that thought, because guess what? It's funny you would say that.
Mm-hmm.
I started to say it, and I was thinking, what can we do to help them when they said they were appealing
Yeah.
for help? And I kept posting it on Facebook, posting it. That was my way of getting the word out. But that's not enough. So yes, we're going to find out what's needed, and then we start collecting
Absolutely.
and get something going. So to all our audience, listen, tune in, because we're going to be needing your support to be able to help those people affected, our brothers and sisters affected by this hurricane. And it's only getting started, guys.
Absolutely.
It's B.
Absolutely.
You know, they're only up to B so far. So
Mhm.
don't know if there's a C brewing, and whatever it is, C through Z, just go away.
Absolutely. You know that
We're
term
praying
when
it
they
away.
say when they say what, send a barrel?
Yes.
We're gonna bring it to life, right?
Yes, send a barrel.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be reaching out to the shipping companies to help us out with that process, because they always come through for us
They always
anyway.
do. Caribbean International Shipping. Oh God,
Yes.
she's such a great supporter of the community.
Yes. So we're gonna definitely reach out. So we're gonna be collecting. We will let you know next time
Stay
around. Yes, stay tuned.
tuned.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, to this platform, this space, to hear what's gonna be happening. Caribbean Life TV is turning it up, doing it big.
Absolutely.
For brothers and sisters. Man, next week we're looking forward to having you back with us next week, same time.
Same place.
Hey, it's gonna be we're extended our time, so now we're coming to you. You know, I got used to it. So July just started yesterday, so I'm going what? Okay, so it's 8 to 10, not 8 to 9:30 as
10,
we usually.
yes.
It's 8 to 10. So look for Caribbean Extravaganza on Tuesdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We enjoy having you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And yeah, we see you, Rebel Mass. Big up you. Oh, I don't know how you do it, man. Another little fire rocket.
Absolutely.
You know?
They say,
I
hey,
love
great
it.
things come in small packages.
Totally.
Listen.
Totally. I love it. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting, each other. That's what we're here to do.
That's it.
So until next Tuesday, again, thank you for joining Caribbean Extravaganza. It was great having you. Blessings.
And
Have a great rest of the
thank you
week.
for pulling me in.
Oh my God! Thank you for coming in at last minute. Talking about her hair is not in shape and whatever.
I wasn't ready for camera
Let me tell you,
moments.
she's always camera ready. I don't care what she's wearing. She's always camera ready. Okay, beautiful as she is. Thank you for joining, and Mr. Reds at the controls. We appreciate you, sir. See you again next week.
Okay, goodbye. Thanks
Have
for
a
tuning
good one.
in.
Thank you so much.
Your eyes on me, I want you by my side. Your eyes only, forever be my bride. 'Cause love is never to say that you're sorry anyway. True love can fade away. No, love, sometimes it reaches the sky. True love can never die.